Hi, welcome to the Aegis Interaktif Asia and Business Mobility Asia COVID-19 update on the 8th of December 2022. It's been a few months since we did the last one, primarily because we were watching the Delta strain make quite a few changes to how different countries were reacting. And as the vaccination levels were increasing significantly in most of the world, clearly not in Africa, then borders were opening and it was just becoming a lot easier to get things done. However, not here in Asia. Here in Asia, things are still quite complicated. Singapore has some VTL, vaccinated travel lanes, that allows you to travel to and from certain countries without much impediment, but with some onerous requirements in terms of PCR testing and isolations and quarantines, etc. So now we've, of course, in the last 2 weeks, three weeks, we've seen the emergence of the Omicron variant, which is now seeing a surge, a resurge, if you like, in North America, Europe, and gradually here in Asia, which is making a lot of countries rethink just what travel is possible. So, the impact on business remains significant, and I think the ability for us to do much in the way of international travel is going to be limited for a period well into 2022. So while this is not ideal, it certainly means that working from home, working remotely using telecommunications and technology channels is going to continue to be very important for us. And the main reason for the catch up today is to introduce you to Jock. Say hello, Jock. This little fella who's been my constant companion for the last 18 months. And but tomorrow night, on Thursday night, he's got a 12-hour Singapore Airlines flight to return to New Zealand, to Auckland, and go and live with his real family, the Hodders, once again. So he's been with me for about a year and a half, and we've had a fantastic time getting to know each other and learning lots of things about each other. So what did we learn during COVID, Jock? Well, we learned that walking gets you fit, and we're both a lot fitter than we were 18 months ago. We've managed to build our daily walk up to about just a fraction over 10 kilometres per day. And in fact, last week we had our first 70+ kilometre week, which is a pretty impressive effort for Jock, if not for me. Yes, he's a lovely fellow. We also learned how to dig crabs out of the beach, which you can see behind me at East Coast here in Singapore. And Jock really enjoys his morning walks, seeing how many crabs he can dig out of their holes early in the morning. He has learned that sometimes the crabs win, and we get a little nip on our face, and then we throw those crabs in the water and we bark at them a lot. We've also learned that no matter how fast you are, you cannot catch a squirrel. No matter how much those squirrels might be tempting us by pretending that they don't see us, they will definitely escape before we get to them. But we live in hope. He's got one more day. So tomorrow morning, we're going to go down the beach and see how many crabs we can dig out of the sand, and see whether it's possible to catch a squirrel before we go back to New Zealand. What else did we learn? We learned that sharing absolutely everything we eat is the best way for us to get on, or at least to stop one of us from barking, and I'll let you guess which one that might be. We also learnt that the sofa belongs to Jock, and it doesn't matter which end of the sofa you happen to be sitting on, that end belongs to Jock. We also learned that Jock snores quite loudly, particularly after he's had a walk and a nice feed of dog food. We also learned that everything in life goes better with a dog, or at least in Jock's case, with a human. So that's been something else that we've learned. So today I'm really happy that Jock is finally gets to go home and rejoin his family in Auckland, and I get to fly out the next day to Jakarta and spend at least a couple of months with my family, whom I have not seen since February of this year. Because who knows what 2022 has in store with us. We don't know where Omicron is going. We don't know what other fascinating things life has in store for us. So I'm going to be in quarantine from the weekend for the next 10 days. So don't be surprised if you hear from me, because we extroverts need to be pestering somebody pretty much all the time, and it might as well be you, because Jock won't be able to pick up the phone because he'll be in quarantine in Auckland, no doubt wondering just what the heck is going on. Next week, while I'm in quarantine, I'm going to be doing an Omicron update, because by then we will actually know what's going on with it and how effective the vaccine protocols have been, and just how deadly it is. The early signs look quite promising, and we've seen a couple of countries roll back the measures that they put in terms of border control. But as I said, it'll be another week before we know a lot more, and then as with everything else, we just take it as it comes. So thank you all. I'll speak to you next week. Jock says goodbye. He's packed. He's got his cage. He's got his towel. He'll have his favourite blanket and his 2 chew toys, and then he's ready to go. And we'll see you all on the other side, as they say. So until then, be safe and be vaccinated. And if you need any more information, you can go to our website, aegisinteractiveasia.com or businessmobilityasia.com, our Twitter feed, YouTube channel, Facebook page, and of course our LinkedIn page. So see you all again.